Question 15. Complete the table of values for y equals x squared minus 2x. Right. So these are the x values: minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The y values go underneath. It says here y, so the y value is equal to the x value above it squared, take away 2 of that x value above it. So this, whatever goes here, is going to be minus 2 squared, which is 4, subtract, and be careful here, 2 lots of minus 2. So in brackets I'll put 2 times minus 2, which gives 4 subtract 2 times minus 2 is minus 4, so it's minus 4. So 4 take away negative 4, which is 4 plus 4, which is 8. Minus 1's already done, 0 already done, and then the rest should be fairly straightforward. It's complicated when there's negatives, but this one should be okay. So we got 1 squared is 1, take away 2 times 1. So 1 take away 2, which is minus 1. Next one, 2 squared is 4, take away 2 lots of 2, which is 4 again, so it's just 0. Now you might notice here, and you nearly always get this with x squared graphs, there's a pattern. Minus 1 being in the middle, 0, 0, 3, 3, so 8 and 8 will be there. Because an x squared graph gives you the parabola shape, which always has a line of symmetry. So that would be the middle point, the lowest point, or the highest point, well, the lowest point on this one. So we'll do it anyway, just in case. So 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. Take away 2 lots of 4, so 16 take away 8, which is 8. B, on the grid, draw the graph of y equals x squared minus 2x for values of x from minus 2 to 4. So the values of x just means along the x-axis, and obviously it's the graph that we've just done the table for. So when x is minus 2, y is 8. So minus 2, 8. When x is minus 1, y is 3. Minus 1, 3 is in between the 2 and the 4. When x is 0, y is 0. The 1, when x is 1, y is minus 1. Can be hard to see sometimes. When x is 2, y is 0, so it's starting to repeat itself. When x is 3, y is 3. And when x is 4, y is 8. Now that's not totally done. We need to join the points together, and you're going to do this not with a ruler, but by trying to do a smooth curve that goes through each of the points. Don't worry if you don't get this perfect. This isn't an art exam or a technical drawing exam. You're just going to try your best to do a curve that goes through all the points. There you go, that'll do. Right, part C, solve x squared minus 2x minus 2 equals 1. Now, x squared minus 2x, you might notice we had up there. This is slightly different, it's minus 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange this so we get that part there all on one side. So the only difference, remember, is a minus 2, which is there. So if I add 2 to both sides, I will get x squared minus 2x. I've added 2, so it's the minus 2 is gone, equals 3. So if we can solve that, we can also solve that. It's the same. Whatever the value of x is that works, will work for both of those. So what we're going to do is, you know, this graph here is y equals x squared minus 2x. That's the left part of this equation. The right part is 3. So if I draw the graph y equals 3, that would be a straight line where no matter where you are on the line, you are level with 3 on the y-axis. That would be here. And look, it looks like it goes through these 2 points there and there. So when y is 3, and you can look on the table, when y is 3, x will be minus 1 and 3. If you can't see that line very well, you can have a look from the graph. The points where the two lines cross will be the solutions, will be how you solve this. Okay, we're trying to find out what x is. So what is x when y is 3? Well, x is minus 1 and x is 3. And we can see that from the table. When y is 3, x is minus 1, x is 3. So the answers are minus 1 and 3. Another way to do this question would be to rearrange that to get equals 0. So method 2, you get, so by taking away 1 from both sides, you're going to end up with x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0, and then factorize that into two brackets. So you've got x at the front because x times x gives us the x squared, and then you're looking for two numbers that multiply to give minus 3 and add to give minus 2. So because it's minus 3, when they multiply together, one's going to be a positive and one's going to be a negative. So let me just think of numbers that multiply to give 3 first of all. So 1 times 3, that's the only options you've got. So 1 and 3. Obviously if they were both positive, they would add to give 4, but we know that one of them's got to be negative. So it could be 1 minus 3 or 3 minus 1. Which one of those gives you minus 2? Well, it's got to be 1 minus 3. So it's minus 3 and plus 1. Now remember, the solutions, which we've already got, minus 1 and 3, are found by thinking, what would x have to be to make this bracket equal 0? To make this bracket equal 0, x would have to be minus 1, because minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Hence, why you've got minus 1 there. What would this x have to be to make this bracket 0? It would have to be 3, because 3 take away 3 is 0. That's why the other solution is 3. And why do we want to make the bracket 0? Because it says this bracket multiplied by this bracket is equal to 0. By logic, that means that one of these must be 0. So you assume this one's 0 by making x minus 1, and then you assume this one's 0 by making x 3.